North Dakota school superintendent wants to know what you think of guns in schools. Hi, everyone, and thank you for waking up with us on this Friday morning. I'm Jordan Schreier here with Lisa Bedeau, and we're just getting started with your news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day.
A new state law allows designated first responders to carry concealed guns in schools after school board approval and extensive training. But first, there's going to be a chance for North Dakotans to sound off.
There is a public hearing this coming Monday morning at the state capitol, and you can also send written comments to the Department of Public Instruction by 5 p.m. on December 19th.
While most of us were sleeping, Fargo City street crews spent another overnight cleaning up after last weekend's snowstorm. City workers were attacking snowbanks along South University Drive, and that meant slow going for drivers in the area because traffic was down to one lane. Work started in the northbound lanes at 26th Avenue South near the Bowler and moved up past the I-94 overpass.
Plow drivers pushed snow into strips between lanes on South University and then transferred snow into dump trucks who then drove them to a place to unload that snow.
So, will we have another break from snowflakes today? Let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Most of us will, and that's especially the case this morning. We do have some fog that's developed. You heard from a viewer this morning of some freezing fog along that highway or 45th Street corridor. We're looking at the interstate here, and out to the west, you can see the Sanford Hospital on the left-hand corner of your screen there. And here's this little layer of fog. It's very thin, very shallow, but it's still there. So something to be aware of, that the streets might be a little bit icy as a result of this. Your visibility may be down as you're driving into it as well. So again, this is out toward 45th Street and the western part of the FM Metro right now, at least with this specific instance. And that may be happening elsewhere too. And looking at your visibility, we do have a report of 7 miles visibility in North Fargo up at the airport. Elsewhere, things are looking okay at the moment. Your temperatures are pretty chilly. It's 8 degrees in Fargo, 2 below in Grand Forks, 6 in Devil's Lake. We're at 5 in Boston, so some cooler temperatures up to the north, especially in the south. More of us are into the teens. And as we take a look at our wind speeds, we're seeing some numbers that are starting to pick up out west. We're seeing some wind speeds into the low teens, but that's still not that strong. It's out of the south. Enough that it is bringing down our wind chills in spots. It feels like 6 below in Langdon. Radar and satellite looking quiet for now, and that's across the tri-state area. You can see some clouds to the north. Eventually those will be dropping in the northern valley, and with that chance for some snow today. And here's a look at that in your hour-by-hour planner. A mix of some sun and clouds this morning once that sun is up, and then heading into the afternoon, you can expect to see that snow potentially dipping in into the north central part of the valley, and then eventually moving into northwest Minnesota. A quick shot of snow, maybe a coating in some of those places, making for some additional slick areas here for the evening hours tonight. The wind picks up too, gusting out of the south into the 20s, and we're looking at temperatures in the 20s for today. Tomorrow things are looking pretty good. We're going to warm things up into the 30s. A nice Saturday. Sunday things start to change, especially Sunday night and into Monday with a chance for some snow. And here comes that Arctic air for next week. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's traffic on the move.
Thank you, Lisa, and good morning, Red River Valley. We're on 32nd Avenue right now, about to turn onto I-29. Now, I'm glad you mentioned the fog because there's a little bit here around the 32nd Avenue area as well. We're about to go onto the interstate to check that out. It was between 52nd and 32nd Avenue, but it's quickly moved between 32nd Avenue and the I-94 overpass. So overall, it's definitely not affecting much. It's really just kind of a nuisance, and overall it shouldn't really affect your morning commute. Now, things that might affect your morning commute, there is some snow removal going on currently on 13th Avenue. It's in the eastbound lanes, and it's going to be right past the West Acres Mall, kind of under the I-29 overpass there. So that's going to be an area to watch out for. Traffic's down to one lane there, so that might affect your morning commute if you count on that road for sure. Here on the interstates, things are starting to build up a little bit, but overall things are still moving freely. You can see up ahead, even in one of our more busy areas by the I-94 overpass, things are still moving smoothly. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour in the Fargo CW, but for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
There's something of a mystery that police in Bemidji want to solve in a hurry. They're trying to find a man who witnesses say was hit by a train. The train engineer said that he was unable to stop in time, but heard the impact and saw objects fly into the air.
Witnesses say they saw the man get knocked down and get back up, collecting some belongings and walk away. Officers followed tracks in the snow for a while, but were unable to find that man. They're asking people to check their garages and property in case the victim wandered in there. 3 Minnesota National Guard soldiers are dead after the Black Hawk helicopter they were riding in crashed.
The Guard lost contact with the chopper shortly after it took off on a maintenance test flight from St. Cloud yesterday afternoon. A Guard spokesman says the helicopter called Mayday about 9 minutes after takeoff.
A 62-year-old man is dead after getting trapped inside a grain bin near Twin Valley, Minnesota.
Norman County deputies got the call around 1 yesterday afternoon to a farm between Gary and Twin Valley. Deputies say the victim was found dead in the bin. A man who was hurt in a camper explosion in the Southern Valley has died. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says 71-year-old Michael Fredericks was inside his camper Tuesday night in rural Wahpeton when it exploded and caught fire. He died the next day at a Fargo hospital.
The owner of a Ransom County bar and grill is asking for help tracking down 2 burglars. She says security cameras caught 2 people, believed to be women, inside the Sheldon, North Dakota bar, clearing out the till early Wednesday morning. Dee Lemna can't disclose how much money was taken, but she says it was pretty much everything she had. If you have information on the suspects, you're urged to call the Ransom County Sheriff's Department. A Fargo father is angry over what he says happened to his son who has autism at the hands of another man who the child's mother is dating. Cohen Kwanzi says his 5-year-old boy was beaten and duct taped.
Grand Forks police arrested 22-year-old Cody Strohaugen for child abuse last month after responding to a motel on a report of a suicidal man. Officers say Strohaugen beat Kwasny's son multiple times, bruising both eyes, and they say he hurt the child's knees and shins by pushing him into a dresser. Kwasny says his son is now scared of men and may need professional help. A $1 billion budget surplus in Minnesota promises some big money debates in the upcoming legislative session. State officials project a $1.3 billion surplus in the current 2-year budget.
Governor Tim Walz says there is enough money for a sizable bonding bill for public works projects, but the Senate Republican Majority Leader says the surplus shows that tax cuts are spurring economic growth and that it's time to give the rest of the money back to taxpayers. While the inside of your home may be fully decorated, don't forget about the outside.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning with some great ideas from an expert. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. I am so excited about this idea. I absolutely love it because you want everyone to feel greeted with that holiday spirit the moment that they step foot onto your, patio or by your door. And this is one way you can do that. I'm here with Pam Erickson with Infinity Designs. And so you've created this really cool outside piece.
This is the planter that I had this summer, and I just took the dirt out and I put wet foam inside of it, and then I just go ahead and put our fresh greens inside the wet foam, and then when it freezes the greens into it. So they are there to stay for the rest of the winter.
That is so smart. And when it comes to building this, what did you kind of start with? Did you start with, the evergreens? Did you start with the front?
I kind of go with maybe the taller ones first, and then I fill it in with the shorter greens after that. Yep.
And you did use, these are all real.
They're all fresh.
But you can use fake if you want to.
You can use fake. Well, actually, you can mix the two together.
Oh.
Yep. And you could, actually, this right here piece is artificial.
Okay.
And then we have the drieds right here, the dried berries. And so you can mix and match them together.
That's what I love about this, especially the holiday season, is you can really, add your own flair and flavor to everything. And then, of course, you decorated the front. Once again, you added that pop of sparkle.
Yep. And then we have the bow, and then we have the magnolia leaves that have a little different texture to it. And we added the sparkle pine cones to the bottom.
I absolutely love this idea. I like how it can be out there all winter long. It's not necessarily just a Christmas decoration. You can leave it up until you feel like you're just ready to take it down. So these are just a few ways that you can really spice up the outside of your home as well during this holiday season.
I love it. Great ideas this morning. Abby Furchner reporting live. Thank you.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, when it comes to Christmas shopping, 29% of us said that we would give up chocolate for 1 year if it meant this.
The answer, if we were guaranteed we'd get the best deal on our presents. Remember, you can play along every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. How about if we were guaranteed to not drop below zero?
Right? Oh gosh, wouldn't that be a nice winter? We don't have that this winter, or even in the forecast for this week. We've got some colder temperatures ahead. Today, just want to warn you again that there's a little shallow layer of fog here in the FM area impacting your visibility and maybe making for some slick roads. We'll see those temperatures rise to the low 20s today, perhaps a little dusting of snow up in the northern valley. And a look at your weekend forecast. Saturday looks pretty good. Sunday, we'll see that snow move in into Monday, and then below zero temperatures ahead next week.
Big drop on the way. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now for more